Hi there, I'm Cher Pendarvis, artist and author of the Painter Wow books and the Artist Tablet books. In this video, we'll talk about printing your painter artwork. I'll share the workflow that I use when making fine art prints for exhibitions and commissions. We'll discuss preparing your artwork to send to a fine art atelier or to print in your own studio. For gallery shows and commissions, I order archival prints from a printmaking atelier. Over the years, I've worked with several, and most recently Pixel 2 in San Diego. They do beautiful work. I save my file, including a color profile, Adobe RGB 1998. The printmaker uses the color profile to make a color proof on the selected paper so that I can confirm the color before the final print is made. The printmaker uses papers especially treated for inkjet printing. As you can see in my painting, Red Roses, Painter is capable of beautiful brushwork texture. Painter's rich brush and paper textures can become soft if a file is sized up too much and resaved. It's not recommended to size up more than 10 to 15%. Whenever possible, set up your new painting file with printing in mind. Start with a file that has enough pixel resolution and dimension size to print the size you want. Also related to painter brushwork and texture, painter artwork shines when printed on white paper with subtle texture similar to cold-pressed watercolor paper. Choose a substrate that will complement the brushwork in your image. Now let's talk a bit about color management in Painter. I'm going to go up to the Canvas menu and we're going to open Color Management Settings. And as you see right here, Adobe RGB 1998 is chosen because Painter remembered my last choice for this image. I'm going to go back to the default for Painter, and you see Painter's default RGB profile is sRGB IEC 61966-21 black scaled. So what we're going to do is change this to Adobe RGB 1998, and I saved this, but you can also choose it from this menu right here. So I have my color management settings set up to alert me if a profile is missing or if there's a profile mismatch and so forth. I'm going to click OK. For printing, I prefer Adobe RGB 1998 as it's a standard for the printmaker. Inkjet printers are RGB devices. In my studio, I have an Epson 2200 archival pigment ink printer and a 15,000 series archival dye-based printer, also from Epson, for small prints and cards. When printing in my studio, I open my file in Photoshop and use the Adobe RGB 1998 color profile and set the printer software to let Photoshop determine the colors. Next, let's have a look at the file resolution. Open the Canvas Resize dialog box and you'll see the current size 7 megabytes, width 1500 pixels, height 1120 pixels. And before we adjust the resolution down here for printmaking, let's lock down constrain file size. So enable the constrained file size, change the units to inches. And down here in the resolution, let's type in 150. As you see, by changing our resolution to 150, our width and height will change and we get a print that is going to be 10 inches wide by almost 7.5 inches tall. So I'm going to click OK. A resolution of 150 pixels per inch is adequate for professional inkjet printing. We've tested higher res files and did not see an improvement because of the way the inkjet printers spray from tiny nozzles. Now let's start a new painting file with a 20 by 16 inch inkjet print as our destination. Choose File, New, and in the New Image dialog, change pixels to inches and set resolution to 150, set the width to 20, and the height to 16. If desired, choose your background color and a different paper if you like. And when you're all finished in the dialog box, click OK to accept, and here we have our new file. Now we're ready to paint in our new file with a 20 by 16 art print in mind. My warmest thanks go to my talented photographer friend Melinda Holden for making this portrait of me as I was getting ready for a gallery show. In this video, we discussed preparing our painter artwork for printing at an atelier or in our own studio. To find a fine art atelier in your area, look online. Some ateliers also work long distance and ship prints. We touched on color management, file resolution for inkjet printing, and workflow. I hope this video is helpful to you. Happy painting!